Welcome back. We are here for the Between Secrets in Lavender, episode 25. Ellie has a mask to narrate.
Yes. Get the exact phrasing here. Narrate a flashback to the incident that caused you to receive the quickening curse. Now, we've heard Ellie's account of this in a vulnerable scene, but she's not exactly what you'd call an objective narrator. Uh, we see Ellie out in mountains somewhere in the west, uh, rifle across her back, scrambling across rocks and through through pine trees. And she catches a glimpse of something pale moving through the trees ahead of her. She's intrigued, has to follow. What she doesn't seem to notice, but we can, is that the forest is getting denser around her, as if it is trying to hold her back. Roots tripping her boots, branches that she has to force her way through that weren't that thick a moment ago. Uh, and it's darker where she is than it should be. But there is sunlight falling on this pale figure ahead of her. And she gets to a position where she can see that it is an unusually pale and unusually large and beautiful mountain lion. And she smiles and unlimbers the rifle from her back, and begins to set herself up for a shot, completely ignoring that she has to shift position twice because the wind has pushed branches into her line of sight. Even though there wasn't much wind a moment ago. And finally she is satisfied, lines it up, takes the shot. There's a startlingly human scream. Maybe it's just what mountain lions sound like. Everybody says they sound like women screaming, but that's a very, very human sounding scream. And the sky darkens. Clouds that were not there a moment ago roll in and cover the sun. And Ellie is oblivious to all this as she climbs up the slope to her prize. Cautiously. She doesn't want to be jumped by a wounded animal. But we see her bend over the fallen creature, see her touch the wound, and as she touches the blood, she screams. And it's the same scream.
The King in Shadows, Act 1, in which the curtains rise and our cast come to the slow realization that they are stuck in a tragedy, and that the performance of a mysterious play is heralding the incursion of another world on our own. A round of applause is heard as the curtains rise. Everyone claps. Scene 1. It is day, The set of Hargrave House is bare except for a single door and a lounge sofa. Our cast is fretting about. They move upstage as a table appears, laden with tea and... None of you are certain of what just happened. As far as you all know, you had gone to bed after the very rough night that you had. It was a restless night, a restless sleep, and when you awoke this morning, all your actions felt strangely scripted. The feeling persisted throughout the early morning until you all sat down for tea. Each of you experienced a vivid nightmare in which you stood before a tall figure wreathed in shadows. Describe one horrific, vulnerable, or terrifying experience you had within the dream as you auditioned for a place in the King's royal court. This is for each of you. Describe one horrific, vulnerable, or terrifying experience auditioning for a place in the King's royal court.
I got one. And Mordecai's dream, there was a test audience sitting in the pews, but these weren't people. These were suits, but they were filled with the entities. And they were judging him. And for him, that was very deeply horrifying because he's always had some sort of control over these, right? And now they are sitting here watching him, and he doesn't know the words. For whatever reason, he has forgotten the words that he was meant to say. And nobody is saying anything. Everybody's just waiting, staring at him, waiting for him to do the thing. And he can't, because he can't remember.
For Ellie, the pressure begins as she steps onto the stage to audition. A voice from the seat says, "No, walk properly. You know how." She adjusts her posture, tries again. "No, not like that." And by the time she reaches the center of the stage, she's tight, she's tense, she's nervous, and before she can even speak, she's again corrected. "Is that how we stand, young lady? Is that how we present ourselves?" And we see her body language cycling through prim and proper, frightened girl, defiant. None of it pleases the unseen audience. And finally, she just dissolves in tears before she can get a word out and flees.
Felix doesn't have to audition. This is Felix, after all. He is, however, assigned a role that he had not expected, that of the chorus. And as part of a restriction to that, he was to participate in the auditions of every other participant. And he would be forced to read off his script, every tragedy that would play out on the stage during the audition, every horrible action, every dread conclusion, over and over and over. He would have to narrate and bear witness to each one of these tragedies, helpless to act, to provide hope, to provide any sort of context that doesn't just reek of despair and grotesque theater. and his lips chap and his throat dries and the words choke, but he has to continue to narrate because that is his role.
I think bringing you out of each of your dreams is a sharp ding 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 ding, and you hear Nora downstairs. I get it. I get it. Oh, I wasn't expecting you. Let me see if they're awake. Nora comes rushing upstairs. We'll knock at each of your doors. See if you are available. We have visitors. Is anyone available?
Give me a minute. Throw on my clothes. Not even bothering to brush my hair. Just, I look like hell and I do not care. Circles under my eyes and all. Stomp downstairs to find out who the hell this is.
I think Mordecai follows you. He has not undressed, so his clothing is very rumpled, and his hair is also a little bit of a mess. You can see that his arm is still hanging in a very weird way. But he's coming, and he also looks like he's had a bad dream. The entities are rolling around him. They seem to cavort almost. Distracted.
The scent of incense wafts out of Felix's room as he glides out. As he always does, put together perfectly, but there's something distant about him. He doesn't have the same sort of levity. He's closer to like a marble statue than a person.
Make your way downstairs. Nora is at the door, and you see, I think, Ellie, you come down first and you see a familiar back. And as he turns, he's looking up at you with a worried look. It's Lansing. And behind him, because she's so tiny, is Mrs. Pemberton Potts. And she's also looking up at all of you with a worried expression. I didn't know whether you wanted them in the kitchen or the sitting room, Nora says.
We've been using the kitchen so far, I remember.
Need
If I
coffee.
remember correctly.
I've put the pots in the
well.
kettle on. They should be ready by now. And she pretty much scurries off to the kitchen to set out some cups and plates and such. And Lansing is looking at you all, and he doesn't say anything to you, Ellie, but he will tentatively open up his arms to you.
I would not ordinarily do this certainly not in front of Mrs. Pemberton Potts, probably not in front of my fellow hunters, but going straight in for the hug.
And he will embrace you tightly, and he'll whisper into your ears, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And Mrs. Pemberton Potts is unusually somber, and she will keep her eyes down rather demurely as she kind of murmurs to no one in particular. "I had heard what had happened. I can offer funeral services, if that is all right. And you can choose to have him laid to rest here, or I can make arrangements to send him back to home
To America. Whatever you like. I can do that.
Why? Felix's eyes will continue to rest on Mrs. Pemberton Potts.
She raises her eyes to you.
Regardless of how you feel about me, I do show concern for people, Mr. Ocasio.
He's dead.
That doesn't
He doesn't
stop.
care.
That doesn't stop people from caring about him.
And there's a fierce look in her eye, even though she has tears forming.
Your warden was there. This was part of one of your plots, wasn't it?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, of course not. I misspoke.
The office
You
stands.
should be with Cora.
Just let me know if you know where to direct him.
And then she kind of murmurs very softly.
Mr. Lansing.
And he kind of wakes himself a little bit. Oh, yes. And he will dig in his pocket. Short had given me some effects. It wasn't many. It just... His coat, which I have. And he found this on the desk. And it's a rumpled piece of paper.
Oh,
Looks like a folded letter. He did not open it, and I did not open it either. But from what is addressed, and he turns it over, it looks like it was directed to you. Your name is scrawled on the outside of it.
taking it from his hand, leaving the room.
And then he will turn to Mrs. Pemberton Potts and, I think we should go, ma'am.
I will check in with Miss Fletcher and get the details later when it is more convenient. My deepest condolences.
And, he will...
To whom are you addressing your condolences, Miss Pemberton Potts?
To all of you. It is as I said, Mr. Laurence. The loss is devastation to people.
Hmm.
And she will take Lansing by the arm and leave. And Nora will come back to the foyer and say,
I have tea and coffee ready. Did they leave?
Yes.
Mr. Laurence, your arm seems askew. Do you...
It is, yes. And turns to Felix and says, I think it's your turn now to repair this. You're old enough to know how to fix a broken arm, are you not, Felix?
And Felix will turn. Now you take a boon.
It is not a boon. It's a reparation.
If you had simply taken the blessing when I offered it, none of this would have happened. Why couldn't you make a good decision for once?
Hmm. I think I was not the one who was made a mistake there. It's your meddling that caused this, Felix, and you know this perfectly.
Felix bristles at that.
Mr. Laurence,
Fine.
Mr. Laurence, you look in pain. I can provide a sling or...
Nora, I'm perfectly fine with dealing with pain. Please let me talk to Felix right now.
As you wish.
And
Thank you.
scurries back to the kitchen.
Fine. To my room. We'll provide ministrations there.
You will not do whatever you did again to me.
Quite. I'm a god of opportunity. And if someone wishes to pass on such a blessing, more power to them. All the responsibility of the failure will also lie with them. Now follow in my wake if you want your arm fixed.
Mordecai will follow and said, you will not accept responsibility for your actions then.
Let's cut over to Ellie for half a sec.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Ellie, where do you go?
My room. Sitting cross-legged on the bed, regardless of boots on the unmade covers. And reading the letter. And just tears streaming. And once it's done, folding it up long and narrow, sliding it into one of the pockets of her throwing knife roll alongside 2 locks of hair.
Do you go anywhere?
Yeah, I'm gonna head to Jenny Johnston's, but I don't feel like indulging alone. I don't want to see either of my colleagues particularly right now.
Just as a note, there is an interesting personage over at Jenny Johnston's if you need to talk.
Well, actually, I was going to collect a certain sailor, James Allardyce,
Ah,
because we've got that special move.
it's the present one. It's the
Yes.
young
Who I have only met in the context of the madness of the ceremony that, or the ritual that ended that particular threat. So he's quite possibly not particularly thrilled to see me, much less be dragged off to smoke opium with me. But
Exactly.
I don't really care, and I'm not taking no for an answer right now.
Okay. Let's see. Let's look at the move. Single hunter may set a scene where they indulge in their vice with Allardyce to clear a condition. All right. And keeper will ask a question about the hunter's past, which they must answer truthfully and completely. The keeper may, at their discretion, additionally give Hargrave House a mastermind clue. And each hunter may only do this once. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's go back to Hargrave House before we let you indulge with James. All right. So, what is happening in Felix's room?
It's a mess. It's always a mess in Felix's room, but there's broken amphora, there's incense that's burning, there's every sort of decadence that you could imagine that's been sampled and tasted and discarded. There's blood on the floor. There's just that's been hastily wiped away. There's burnt clothing, bones, and then there's a dais with a cushion, weathered, aged. And this is where we see Felix welcoming Mordecai to sit.
Yes, I think Mordecai smirks a little at the chaos in the room. Looks at it and says, so you do care?
I have no idea what you mean.
Of course not. Would it actually kill you to admit that you care, or is that...
What responsibility is there to assume? An offer was made. He made his choice. Regardless
it wasn't you who used the fairy magic?
To give an opportunity, Mordecai. Sit.
Yes, I think he will. More drop, actually, than sit, but looks at you again with that smirk and says, of course. And it went all wrong, didn't it? Does that often happen? Do you usually have a reaction like this to it then?
And Felix is silent. And he gets a ritual knife. He starts digging into the arm with no kindness, no gentleness. But he knows the anatomy. He doesn't blink twice when he sees the entities there intertwined and just kind of brushes it aside as a minor annoyance. There's only so much tragedy we can bear. You've only tasted divinity for your brief life, Mordecai. Imagine centuries and millennia having to bear witness to it and not being able to stop it.
I'd rather not.
Very much the same. And Felix will grab a discarded cup of wine and down it in a single gulp.
We are nothing like each other, Felix. You know this, right? You meddle in people's lives. You're not just a neutral watcher. This situation was a bad situation and you made it worse.
It had a chance to be better.
Perhaps, but not like that. Not with lies.
So you're a bastion of truth?
No, absolutely not. I usually try not to fuck up the people I guess I care about.
Because you can. And Felix will give a twist of the knife.
Oh.
He'll set the bone. He'll inlay it with silver, anoint it with incense and oil, slowly weave the flesh together again.
That was thoroughly unpleasant.
Most healing is true healing.
Oh.
You can choose, Mordecai. That is your curse.
Yes, and I have. I've chosen to reject your offer. I've chosen to break myself instead.
What would you have had me do, Mordecai? Reject my nature?
No, not that, but you might have talked to us. I know this is not your nature, but might consider it. Because I know you like talking. And I will leave you with your thoughts now. I think they are painful enough.
Felix will wave him off.
Yes.
The arm is healed.
Mm-hmm.
Any scars, any markings, any blemishes are gone. It's soft, new, probably healthier than any other part of your body.
Probably, yes. But you had the feeling when you were digging around in there that you were touching something that is not of this earth.
And Felix probably has more in common with the entities than with any other hunter.
Unlikely, but and in that case, though, he can sense that this extra dimensional thing that the entities are deeper intertwined with Mordecai than ever before.
Yeah.
That the human body cannot bear this for long.
Yeah.
Conditions.
I think my broken arm might be healed.
Yep. Felix.
Still despondent. Still
Okay.
questioning what the point of being around is.
Great. All right. Clue. What threat? You two can decide which one, and then put a TBD if you don't know what the clue is.
Are you gonna put have you officially introduced the King in Shadow? Because I
Not
don't see
quite
it in
yet.
the tracker.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like it's not officially introduced yet because like the person that's got to let you know about like all the weirdness that's going on, it hasn't shown up yet.
Can I add a clue for that?
Yes, go ahead and add a clue.
One night only, just a playbill. One night only, a tragedy in Hargrave House. And it has the persona dramatis, and it's all of the hunters.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Plus one person we don't know.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Jesus.
And that's scattered amongst like Felix's effects, like as these two are having their spat, the camera kind of zooms in on that.
Oh shit. Yes. Oh God. Damn it. Oh. Damn it. Damn it.
I love that.
There's so much that I want to hint at right now, but I can't because that hasn't really started yet. God damn it. Okay. Let's flip over to Ellie over at Jenny Johnston's with a very confused Lieutenant Allardyce. Remind me again why I'm here.
Because I need to see a face that I did not see last night. And somebody unconnected to that whole mess.
Since I have absolutely no idea what the hell you're talking about, let's indulge, shall we? And
yes.
Yeah, he does whatever you do with the opium pipe and starts to take a couple of puffs and just starts to kind of sink into the dream or what have you. So we're just going to sit here and indulge, or
we can chat if you like.
I mean, I feel more together than I did after.
Good. You are.
Yeah. Although seeing what the future holds is a bit unnerving, I would say, as he takes a puff of the pipe.
Well, maybe it isn't what the future holds now. Maybe that's changed.
True. True.
Thinking you know how things are going to go is bad trap.
You can't predict anything. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd know, right? Like dealing
Yeah.
with time. Time's a wibbly wobbly, legally distinct thing. You just have to watch yourself. It's not something that you can hold on to.
Yeah. You muddle along as best you can.
For as little time as we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes me sit here and wonder if I'm actually going to go back out once they finish. I think I will. Call of the Sea's too strong.
Yeah?
Adventuring's too great. Things that you can only see when you are out there.
Can't say I entirely get the appeal of the sea myself. The only time I've been out on it was crossing to get here from America. And I was mostly just restless that whole time. Wanting to get out and do things that I couldn't do, you know?
Yeah, you get used to it after a while.
I'm sure you do. Just not one that I found I had a taste for.
Certainly, certainly. I mean, it's not for everyone. You gotta have your sea legs and you have to be used to seeing the same faces, but different things happening each time you go out. It's you become part of a larger thing, and
Hmm.
you find yourself more together with those people because you experience them together. It's a unique experience.
Thought about it that way. But there is something, there is a bond. People you have been through things together.
Yeah,
And whether or not you like them very much, I suppose.
you're not gonna like everyone, love. I mean, I definitely didn't like the bosun because he was a pain in the ass. But I tell you, yeah. I will say that finding myself alone on the boat was the most horrifying thing I'd ever experienced. It's like with people I'd been with for the voyage and the journey, and they all done disappeared.
Yeah.
The loss was like devastating.
Yeah. Seem to have gotten past it somehow, or at least figured out how to deal with it.
I don't know if you'd want to know how I got through it, love. And he looks off into the distance. I mean, if you... Yeah. I think he's gonna turn to you and say, "Do you ever had a point where you came to the realization that you came in alone and you're gonna go out alone?"
Oh, yes. Yes. When I was young, I took it for granted that I was the the only one that mattered, to me at least. Doing my own thing. Leaving not only the place, but the way that I grew up to go do something new. And then I found friends. Then I found love. And I thought that was how things were going to be from then on. And then I lost all that. And for a while, I thought maybe I'd just crawl into a pipe and never crawl out again, you know? And I realized that wasn't me. And, loss aside, I was still me. And the thing that I learned young is the thing that I've always known somewhere. That if what's here isn't working, I need to go. And I went. I went all the way across, most of the way across the continent and all the way across an ocean.
Wait,
And that landed me here.
wait, so you ran? You left?
Yeah.
That's not what I meant. He's like kind of like bumping the pipe against his forehead. I meant you come in, you're born. Obviously you're by yourself, unless you're a twin. But you need to be with people. And you gotta work shit out. Gotta just deal. I mean, some of them are shit, but I mean, like, you just, for the ones you really care about. You deal, you stay and you deal, but you just gotta remember that one of these days, a long time from now, hopefully, you'll be left alone. And then you'll go. But that's because they couldn't stay of their own volition. It's because they aged out or something happened that tore them away from you and all that shit. But not because you were a coward. It's because you were there for them. And then they weren't there anymore. Oh, this stuff is really strong. It's making me maudlin. Oh, gods. Oh.
When you're not used to it, it hits hard.
Yeah. Oh, gods. Hadn't had it in a while. Sorry.
No.
But yeah. What was I saying?
Wise things. It's fun.
That's good. Maybe it's my old self, like, just kind of remembering shit. That's good, because I don't remember stuff.
Well, sometimes not remembering's a kindness.
Yeah, but I think for the important shit, as much as it hurts, you want to remember it all. Because it's the only thing you have to hold on to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for listening to him blather on, I'm going to give you a mastermind clue. I just have to figure out what it is. So while I'm figuring that out, going back to
Sure.
Hargrave House, what do you two want to do? Do you want to go, I don't know, talk to other people, or I don't know.
I think Mordecai wants to talk to Nora.
Okay.
Not in a vulnerable scene, but just like tell her something that she probably needs to know.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm just want to pull up this thing, and then where does Felix want to go?
I genuinely don't know. He wants answers.
Anything anything in particular you want answers to?
I mean, there's a part of me that wants to have Felix make an appointment with Dr. Klauser.
I mean, why
and
not?
just say, hey, man, look, you did the whole mind wipe thing. Can you just make me stop feeling guilty about this again? It worked the last time.
Oh no.
And just have that be like a day investigation / vulnerable scene. I think that would be funny. I know Ellie is there, but having Felix desperately go to the man in the sun mask and ask, is there any reality where I actually am happy?
Yeah,
So I
sure. I
can
mean,
get a
like,
ticket and go there instead.
right. I mean, like, yeah. Why? I mean, he knows about other worlds, so I mean, like, it's perfectly understandable that, you know, you would know about him and know what his knowledge base is, right? So for sure.
I think Felix would probably go back to the last thing that worked. So, gonna go to Dr. Klauser's office, and one of the followers will make like an appointment. It's just a
Yeah.
we'll skip the very mundane worshiper of an ancient Greek god making a mental health care appointment in Victorian
Yeah.
England.
Sure. I mean, you can just as easily say it's like, you know, it's part of the investigation of the order. So I mean, like, you know, you don't have to say it's for you. I mean, it's fine.
It's not for me.
Not for you.
I want to get into the mind of the people that,
Yeah.
you helped.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, right. So like just to like now that I know what that is, what that looks like, I'm just gonna flip back to Ellie real quick. I think Ellie, as you like wrap up your your smoking with James Allardyce, and like, you know, like you guys are like pretty mellow and stuff like that, and the way that I've pictured this thing is like it's like little cubicles and stuff like that. You guys are like laid out on the cushions on the floor and such. And I think you hear from a nearby cubicle. You might recognize it, hearing Mordecai talk, hearing Felix talk for the most part. It's like the posher members of society and of English society. You're going to hear what are essentially two REC members talking and smoking nearby in their own cubicle. And they're saying stuff like, yes, she's back in town. When did this happen? Ah, supposedly recently, but it was actually a few years ago. But she's been laying low ever since. But she's quit the club. What possible interest would she have in any of our dealings? None, apparently. Do you think she still holds it against them? I don't know. It's such a long time ago. Whatever happened on that expedition, it was not their fault. Are you sure? Yes, but you can't tell me that Brookmead was in any way against Shira Cole. They were best friends. I don't know. Lord Montfort. I think you're wrong about that, but who am I to say? I didn't know them very well. You hear this conversation. Of course, it kind of perks up your ears when you hear Brookmead. Possibly Mumford, but yeah. You hear an overheard argument between REC members who argue it was a long time ago and whatever happened was not their fault. That is another mastermind clue. All right, so Mordecai wanted to go and talk to Nora, who has just kind of
Ellie,
scuttled. I mean, Ellie or Nora?
First, no, he has to talk to Nora.
Okay.
But he wants
You had
to
said
talk to
something
Ellie
about
as
Ellie,
well.
so it wasn't
Yeah, he also wants to talk to Ellie, but he's probably postponing that a little because that's an emotional conversation, okay?
And she's not back yet from like, you know, like toting it up with Allardyce. So
I can find Ellie if I need to, but no, I need to talk to Nora first. Damn it, I also forget how to use language.
It's okay. Yeah, so Nora's like kind of puttering around in the kitchen, kind of keeping herself busy because it's like, you know, she saw how like tension was like right up there with everybody, and she just didn't want to get into the way. So yeah, you find her there, like she's probably playing with the toasting fork and like, you know, making toast, even though like there's nobody there to eat it. So
Nora.
Yes, Mr. Laurence.
I apologize for brushing you off, but I really had to talk to Felix.
I understand. I mean, you all
Do
had
you?
Well,
and this is a genuine question.
Mr. Ocasio had a interesting conversation with Miss Fletcher yesterday, and I imagine yours was just as pointed.
Riveting. Oh,
yes.
It was quite pointed, yes.
Yes.
I am very bad at talking to people about emotions, but I think Felix is very bad at handling his emotions. Anyway, this is not what I meant to talk to you about. Something happened last night. I don't know if you know the gist of it.
Not really, except that Miss Fletcher came back with bloodied clothing.
Yes, well, her acquaintance, Nate, enemy, friend, former lover, it is complicated. He died last night. It was a lot. I think Felix tried to interfere for the better. He made the situation a lot worse instead. I tried to help, and I think I might have. However, I broke myself, not just my arm. And I want to tell you that I will teach you everything I can before things get to the end. I will not be long for this world now.
I don't understand.
I have never been all part of this world, as I've told you before. And I had to push aside the human to do what I did last night. And that will not end well for me. I will be drawn away. Not tomorrow, but soon.
Do you imagine falling prey to darker forces, sir?
That is no. I have not fallen prey to darker forces. I've always been part of the place that my entities are from. And I'm connected to it deeper now. I feel it, this world sliding away. I cannot even make sense of my notations up there since last night.
Well, I appreciate all that you've been able to show me and teach me thus far. I wish there was a way that I could help you.
I'm afraid now. There was never any way this was going to end well for me.
May I ask you a question, sir?
Of course. That's why you're my student, to ask me questions.
Do you want to be anchored here?
I don't know.
Magic is about belief. I know that. And if you believe yourself ready to be lost, perhaps that is part of the battle. But if
It is not a battle so much. I was always going to be drawn away from here because I was born with a part of me that is not human. And that was always going to overwhelm the human. But it have hastened the process is all. But thank you for voicing your concern and offering your help. I deeply appreciate it. And I think wherever I'm going, I can take this with me. Now don't look so glum, Nora. I'm not quite done yet. And this might take years, I don't know. I don't know the process. I also need to talk to Madelancholy. He made some very odd remarks yesterday. And I need to talk to Ellie. I can hardly go before that. And I can hardly go before we have figured out what Miss Pemberton Potts is up to.
Madelancholy seems to be worried about that.
He was there last night.
Was he?
Yes, he was. He interfered as well. I'm not entirely sure it was for the better. Is probably, though. Yes. Well, it's hard to say. It was quite a messy situation.
I imagined it to be so.
Exactly the kind of situation where I did not want to get involved with other people, but here we are.
But permit me to point out that some of these things could not be dealt with by yourself, sir. Including your particular worry with
yes.
the coven.
The coven's permanent parts, no. No, and Nora, if I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be. I'm using contractions now. This is odd. I have not been so far.
If it means anything, sir, I'm glad you are.
Thank you, Nora. It does.
It means you want to hold on at least a little bit.
I do. I do want to hold on. I feel affection for this place and the people here.
That's good. And I hope you consider it so.
Things have changed since I came here, that's for sure. Now, I will go and look for Ellie, but first, will you tell me the 3 main ingredients in every circle of protection?
And
I think we can close the scene here.
We fade into Felix. You, because of how intense last night was, you did scar your reflection.
Okay. As Felix is looking, he's in Klauser's office looking at just one of those filler paintings. It doesn't really, it's one of those ink blots. The camera does a fade to the masterwork, and particularly that part of the masterwork where we saw Nate appear when he was taken on as a follower. Instead of that sort of duality between the tragic American figure and the grotesque cursed. We now see he's become a skeleton, uh, still wearing the American garb, but reaching out to a red-haired specter, and the corpse of the beast lies behind the skeleton, soaked in blood.
This is where Dr. Klauser comes out of his inner office and will say, "Oh, Mr. Ocasio.
Klauser.
Had not expected to see you again. You had evinced no wish to come back into my care. What brings you back?"
I need you to do what you did before. I'm feeling a particular way, and the last time you provided succor and care with your Azure Lady or what have you.
Have things changed since the last time you had seen me?
Many things have changed since the last time that I saw you. You will have to be more specific, Doctor.
In terms of your coping, your perspective on what you were feeling last time you were under my care versus how you are seeing this possible emotional landscape now. Is it a very similar situation, or is it the same type of situation? If it is not, it may not work.
The last time was because followers, associates, were harming themselves out of a desire to please me. This time it was an attempt at helping others and having it go awry. The source is different, but the feeling is still the same. Make it go away.
I don't think it's the same, sir. I honestly do not. I mean, they were out to please your very, how shall we say, self-centered aspect. They were absorbed with you. Whereas this sounds like this is a person that was trying to not necessarily please you, but trying to do something outside of your aspect. Making a decision not based on your favor alone, per se.
And it should have gone right, but it didn't. And it's pain, and I want you to make it stop.
Pain comes from many different sources, Mr. Ocasio. You have to know where the source is and root it out to be able to discard it properly. I can do what I did last time, but will it affect you the same way? Will it solve your problem? Will it resolve this, as you say, pain that you feel? I cannot say. And in which case, you would possibly blame me for the lack of care or not enough.
I hear doubt. I hear you falling back away from the promises of this. And Felix will hold up that dropper bottle with the iridescent blue fluid that we discovered earlier.
Yes.
You promised to see the world through azure eyes, free of pain, free of suffering. And now you say, well, no, it might not work. What piteous little claims.
But that is because those people that are doing it, they are doing the work. They are rooting out the source of their pain, their suffering. I cannot be the one to do that for you if you will not say where that source is from. I cannot trace it back. And it won't work, yes. You are not being honest with yourself. Not with me, but yourself.
And there is this venom and hate, and I would like to make an information move, please.
Sure, absolutely. Good. This is a tough love doctor.
Yeah, I would like to say that composure.
Sure, absolutely. You're trying to keep it.
I think that, like, for this to work, for not only figuring out like what Klauser is trying to do in terms of the conspiracy, but also just figure out whatever the heck Felix is dealing with.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Which could be nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the threat itself, but you're like,
Is Despondent going to affect
this
role?
I mean, yeah, because I mean, like, it's totally an emotional condition, and he's telling you, dude, you're not even admitting where it's really coming from, so yeah.
I'm going to mark the veil of a would-be heiress, Grace Nay Harriet, just since that is a actual physical relic of the thing that's causing all this.
Absolutely. So then that puts you on a straight roll with composure, please.
2d6 plus 2. That is a 9.
Okay. 9. Let's see what you get for a 9. So are you saying something to him? Are you asking him something specific? What are you doing in this moment that you're trying to get information?
In this moment of trying to get information, the question that we're trying to answer is, what is Klauser up to? So it's clear that he's not, like, Felix is presenting himself in a very vulnerable place. Klauser sounds like he's actually genuinely trying to help, which means that whatever the conspiracy of the Order of Azure Eyes is possibly like a good conspiracy. So trying to understand Klauser, trying to set aside the personal emotional turmoil and the desperate need for help and healing that Felix has, and also solve the case.
Right. Trying to keep an investigative distance, but like also like, you know, like showing like, you know, you're he's hitting close to home, if not.
He is, which is why I thought this would be interesting.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, amazing. Oh. I think in your, what's the word? The quest to do this and to, like, you're vulnerable, you're asking him questions, you're trying to get at, like, what the hell his scheme is, if he has an actual scheme, which he may or may not, you don't know. I think you're seeing things that may or may not be there. Like, you were looking at some of the pictures that were, like, you know, like, not really of anything or what have you. And as he's talking to you, and like maybe his words are hitting a little bit too close to home, you think that one of those pictures that's behind him that looks like just a general ink blot, it's reddish, but as he talks and you are trying to make sense of his words without, you know, getting pissed off, maybe you are, who knows, the picture starts to shift. And it starts to look like, whether it's an actual like thing that's happening, because King in Shadows is in play, or if it's something that you're hallucinating because of, like, you know, how you're feeling. Oh boy. you see it almost look like blood, especially because what happened with your masterwork. And you see the sentence, "I am real," written in that picture.
Okay.
As he's talking, as he's trying to tell you, it's like, look, you're not giving me what needs to happen, so this way the therapy will honestly work. You need to do the work. You need to be the one to start, and then I can help you. You know?
So what's the complication? Does like Felix actually spill his guts to what is possibly like
I would
the
like
key
to know.
the thread?
Does he? Does he? I mean, I would like to know if he does, because yeah, I mean,
Is it enough of a complication that Felix just like for the first time in his life is just completely honest and just gives Klauser everything?
I mean, like if you do that, then like, you know, like the complication is like you doing that, and then your condition changes from despondent to honest.
Like, I'm so free. I could just be honest about everything now. I think I'd be willing to take that.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, and like like if you do that, right? Like, you know, you take the 9, you get that clue and whatever, and like, and you see that, and that spurs you on somehow to spill your guts. He's just gonna like take a seat now in front of you, and
when that realization hits, we see Felix begin it, like the audio cuts and we see Felix shouting, and he throws the veil down and he's gesticulating at it, and Klauser slowly takes a seat, and the background kind of fades as just like time fade like shows in the background. Like we see all the places that Felix has been. We see kingdoms rise and fall, people dying, like, and we sort of pull away from that fade to black as Felix just is honest and tells Klauser everything.
yeah. I mean, like, it's probably even more honest than he ever was, like, you know, in the first time that he's gotten therapy from Klauser. And, like, he's just, like, fascinated. Like, he's not even pulling out his journal to take notes necessarily. He's just, like, kind of listening, because there's so much to listen to. And he's just, yeah, he's, like, you know, in a position of really, really listening to you, because you're being really open and,
Yeah.
bare, laying it out.
And I'll update my condition from despondent to honesty at last.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, my God. That would be fun to put against you at some point.
Why do you think I took the condition, Mads?
I know. It's so fun. Okay. All right. Let's go back to Ellie. Yeah, Ellie. Would you say that, you know, you're done with the heart to heart talk with Allardyce,
Yeah.
and you're way back home? So
Yeah.
yeah. I think maybe you coming through the door, and Mordecai, it's like you finish with your talk with Nora, and you both kind of meet in the middle, like foyer or like in the hallway or whatever. So Mordecai, if you and Ellie want to do something.
Oh,
Ellie.
hi, your arm looks better.
Well, yes, Felix took care of it.
Good. I'm glad he cleaned up some mess.
It was hard enough to get him to do that. I think he only did it because he knew it would cause me physical pain.
Mm.
And also, I think he, in some part, on some level, he wanted someone to call him out to.
Could be.
But he couldn't admit that, of course, because he's a god and has to. Well, you know how he is.
Yeah. Yeah. I do know how he is.
I would ask you how you're doing, but I am afraid. I'm afraid I don't know how to do that properly.
Well, I'm not gonna weep all over you, don't worry.
I'm not particularly worried about that. No.
In some ways, it's, I don't know whether to say that chapter has finally closed or that the other shoe finally dropped, or I don't know. But it feels like something that had been hanging unfinished. For good or ill is, I guess, done now.
Ah, well, I know the feeling of having unfinished business.
So, yeah. At least I'm not so distracted by my own past, my own garbage that I can't focus on actual Hargrave House business.
Hmm. Well, aren't we all a little distracted by all, as you phrase it, garbage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I think what I need to do is, what I haven't done enough lately is just find a nice place to sit outside. Someplace I can not see the city, not hear the city. Because even when I was a kid, that was what I needed when I was too fed up with everything.
oh,
Get on a horse and ride out away from everything. And, find some nice meadow somewhere, someplace I could let my horse graze and just listen to birds. I don't know. Tough to do that around London, but maybe I can find a spot.
We do have a garden. There is a spot there that is isolated.
That's true. That's true. It's nice and quiet there.
It is. It is. Well, when I wanted to escape, I would just open myself up to the entities and embrace their otherness, which is, I have this otherness in me, as you probably know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I think I have. So, yeah. It used to be an escape. Just watch out that your escape doesn't turn into a trap, huh?
Yeah. I think I just need to remember who I am and who I am is, I don't know. I've been getting distracted from myself. And I don't know, have you been, I know your usual, apart from your entities, your usual distraction is uh finding a target, finding someone to play with.
Yes, that is a nice diversion. I have not been able to finish up with that because of all the other things that have been going on. However, now that you say it, I really should finish this.
Yeah,
That's a
you
good
should. You should.
point. That's a good point. I shouldn't leave this hanging. That would be awful.
Yeah,
Oh, and I have
we
another
all
thing that I have to do.
we all need to indulge, I guess. We all need to
Yes.
do the things that make us feel better. And
Yes.
I don't really entirely get your what you find so appealing. I understand hunting, uh, animals, hunting
Well,
people. I mean, if there's a purpose to it to make them stop doing something, I get that. But just I don't get the joy of the hunt the way you do, I guess.
but you do know the joy of the hunt. This is what caused your whole problem,
Yeah,
isn't it? So you know that. You have
I
a
do. It's just
there's
a
an
bit
there's a
different.
there's an adversary, and you want to prove that you can beat him. You can want to see. This is a challenge you set yourself. I think you did never hunt for lack of food. Am I wrong in this?
Yeah, that was not my problem.
So it's about the challenge. Can I do this? Am I better than this animal or adversary? Someone who is not bad at what they do. They are maybe a bad person or a danger to people, but
There's no challenge if they're not
exactly.
skilled in their own way.
So you get it. I knew you would.
Well, suppose I've met someone who thinks she's a worthy adversary for me recently.
Oh, interesting.
I think she may have another thing coming. Strong she may be, but she doesn't have the edge that I do.
No, no, probably not. I would offer my help, but I feel that you're probably competent enough with this adversary at least. The way you sound, you feel the joy of the hunt, don't you?
You know, I do. I
Hmm.
do.
Yes, I would have been surprised if you didn't.
I still don't entirely get the how that translates into haunting a man's house, but we all have different
Yes, well,
different tactics.
I cannot go and hit him on the nose, That would probably not serve my purpose, and I probably would not be able to physically anyway. I have to use my own strengths.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
Hmm.
makes sense. You should use those strengths.
Yes, I will. Thank you, Ellie. And I think Mordecai flees.
Vulnerable move? I mean, like, are you guys, like, going, releasing conditions?
I think so. I think
Okay.
so. I mean, we talked about relevant stuff,
Okay.
Mhm.
both in terms of Mordecai's vice and in terms of the condition that I at least was
Mhm.
releasing.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I forgot to talk about the forest for the trees, but maybe the talk with Ellie made me sharpen at least my perception of
yeah,
things. I
I'll take it.
wouldn't definitely not release the relentless affection. That no, I think Mordecai basically exited very quickly because he realized how much affection he was feeling for Ellie, and that scared him. So he's gone. He's run away.
Okay, yeah, I'll accept, like, releasing
Mhm.
force for the trees because, yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, like, you're getting a deeper, sharper perspective. Sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I can't imagine you completely getting over devastated, Ellie. So, I
Yeah,
mean, like,
that's true.
if you want to change it to despondent, like just like something a little bit less severe, then go
Yeah,
ahead
I
and
think
change
I
it.
think softening it to, or not softening, but mutating it to
Despondent,
hmm.
grieving. I mean, like, however you
I
want to.
think grieving is probably a better description.
Yeah. Yeah. At this point, wherever you two are located, you hear ding 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 ding
Oh Lord,
ding.
what now? I'll go to the door.
It's Maglasang.
Oh, uh,
Miss Fletcher.
come in.
I do not mean to disturb. I know it's quite a fraught time.
Huh?
Did you, or have all of you experienced some strange dreams of late?
I did at least. I haven't discussed my dreams with my fellow hunters. This has not been a normal morning.
It has not been a normal morning for anyone. You are not alone. There seems to be some sort of strange madness plaguing London right now. There are rumors. It's describing mass delusions, hysteria, disorientation among people of all classes. And there are two individuals that I know of, Hypatia Quint and Larkin Creel. The latter is a theatre critic, and the former is an artist. Both were admitted to Bethlehem Royal Hospital this morning, following bouts of distress. Larkin had published a scathing review on a play he had been seeing multiple times, which I believe is the source of his disturbance. It was a play, experimental theatre titled The King in Shadows. The review is unforgiving in its criticisms, but for some reason Larkin felt drawn and perhaps obsessed to the play. It was at Ranelagh Chapel, but it doesn't seem to stay in one place for very long. So it seems to appear suddenly at different places every few weeks. Those who wish to see it must see it for themselves. And if you can find it, then maybe that'll help provide some insight about what's going on.
Yeah. Certainly theater was thematically relevant to my dream. So I don't know if that's true for everyone, but
Talk to the others, see if that's something that they've experienced. But yes, that is something that has been going around, and not just here. Ranelagh Chapel is actually a stone's throw away from Hargrave House, so it's not just proximity, though. It's all over London. Just wanted to
Thanks
come.
for bringing this to our attention.
Yes, it's more than a bit disturbing. It shows that there is an undue influence creeping into our world, which could open it up to other influences as well. Be warned. Be careful. All of you.
Yeah. What does Mrs. Pemberton Potts have to say about this?
She has not said anything at all. She seems to be working on the arrangements for your friend. She's cloistered herself in her study this morning. She has not
Yeah, I'll
spoken to
send
any of
over a
us.
note where he should be sent. I gather that his late wife has a headstone, so perhaps his name can simply be added to it.
If you want to put that in your direction, then
Yeah.
she can make those arrangements.
Yeah.
She seemed very moved. I know that doesn't mean very much to you all, but she means well in this instance.
Okay. Good and interesting to know.
He will make his little bow and head on his way. He won't turn back, but he'll speak over his shoulder to you. Please watch out for Nora. Things might be proceeding apace, and I cannot be everywhere all the time.
Right.
And then he'll leave. Let me show you what you're dealing with. King in Shadows. Your question right now is, what signs precede a performance of the play and where will it appear next? This is a complexity 2. Your opportunity is to discover the location of the new venue, and you may watch a performance of it during any following night phase while this threat is active. And then afterwards you can unlock the next question for it. So again, complexity 2, there is a mask associated with this. It is called the Mask of Dissociation. Each hunter narrates a time they felt like a stranger in their own body.
Well, I mean, honestly.
I know, that's cheating. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? What do you want?
It's fine.
All right, cool. So that is your first question you got to deal with for the King in Shadows. And there is a time limit.
Oh, no.
This performance will conclude its run after 4 night phases. So let me put that in the middle box.
Bold of you to assume we're going to get 4 more night phases.
Hey, I mean, I'm just letting you know this is what it is.
Is it Bedlam Royal Hospital or Bethlehem Royal Hospital?
Bedlam is the
Bethlehem.
Colloquial shortening of Bethlehem.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Bedlam became a term for chaos, insanity, whatever, because of Bethlehem Royal Hospital, which is commonly called Bedlam.
Indeed.
The way words get shortened in British English so often.
Indeed. All right. So
what are
again,
syllables even?
That question is a complexity 2, just to be reminded. So you got to answer that first and watch the play before you can get to the next question. Like, locations listed are, of course, the hospital, where you can go see Hypatia Quint and Larkin Creel. Ranelagh Chapel, where the play was, not there now, and Streets of London. That's literally what it says. Streets of London. You can see how the madness is kind of permeating through people. And what's interesting is that until this threat is over with, any unseens that we do is going to be permeated with each prompt in the unseens ends with, how does reality subtly distort in the background? So you have the initial prompt, and then how does reality distort? So makes it fun.
Isn't there also like a special reaction or move or something that happens with King in Shadows too? Or is that something we have to unlock? Okay.
There is, but you haven't done it yet, so I can't do anything if I can't do it yet.
I'm really excited. I like that thing.
Yeah. Until it happens, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can continue on to investigate for the remainder of day phase. So we have time for like one more scene for each of you, like if you want to get something done, and then I have possibly a stinger. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. And then stars and wishes. But yeah, I mean, like if you guys want to get something done, or like we can shove over to a dusk, and then you guys can answer a question. What do you want to do? You want to investigate, or you want dusk?
I think investigate.
Okay, that's fine.
And I've got having done well, I did two cozy
cozy.
vulnerable. I was thinking about how the twisting of the unseens parallels what happens in Brindlewood Bay when someone has the
one crown.
The crown that
yeah.
makes things creepy.
Very similar. Very similar.
And so that had me cozy move. I did two vulnerable scenes, so there's at least two clues floating. And then the two of you had a scene together, so there's three clues floating.
That one has been assigned to the.
Oh, it has. Oh, that's right. You had that one worked out. Oh, that's right. My scene with Allardyce got the optional mastermind clue. I don't think it gets a clue to an ongoing investigation. So there's just one.
Correct.
Floater right now.
I thought I gave you one. Hold on.
You gave the mastermind clue.
Yeah. But you cleared a condition and you got a mastermind clue. That's what you got. Yes.
So that leaves whether we want to we should assign which case it's for or which thread it's for, whether or not we define it now. The one from my scene with Mordecai.
I mean, that's up to you two.
Pretty sure the Azure Eyes doesn't need any more clues.
Yeah, Azure Eyes is pretty well set.
You got to come up with a theory for that one.
Yeah, we need to.
I think this evening that will happen, but
okay.
The Angel of Truth. Yes. I think I'd like for it to do black and white and red all over. Maybe there's something for that.
Yep.
Because then we can get close to that even without doing a lot of. No, we need more clues that will let us answer the question that come from actual investigations, because we can't just vulnerable move our way into solving the mystery, right?
Right.
I guess you could, maybe. I mean, like, I'm being really lenient. But if you're going to do clues, just consider which question of black and white and red all over you want to answer, because you can either resolve it with the complexity 4 or complexity 6. Plus, you have that lateral question that of like, how Suleiman Berker befriended the djinn. So that's a complexity 4, and that's its own question. So,
right.
You can point your clue in one of those directions. So, yeah.
I mean, speaking of our own relationship to the truth, maybe we just want to destroy the Angel of the Truth and have done with that threat, or
I mean,
are we interested in figuring out the whole
destroying the truth seems very on brand.
Yeah.
We don't like the truth.
No.
It's uncomfortable.
Speak for yourself.
He's just laying it out there.
I was honestly planning, if you were giving us another day phase move, I was going to go to Suleiman to get like my hair done.
Nice.
I'm feeling fresh and nice. And with the condition, it seems like it's appropriate to go
Yeah.
That could be in your favor, even. I mean, I don't know. That could be fun. I mean,
a beneficial condition for once. Amazing.
I mean, it has happened. It has happened. Yeah, I mean, you guys want to do like one more thing for this day phase, and then we'll end with a thingy, and then stars. Okay, so what? Felix is gonna go get dolled up, I guess.
I have cleansed myself of all my emotions by talking with a threat, and now I'm going to go to another threat to get dolled up.
Goes to Suleiman. Yay. Barber. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, like, and you're not the only, like,
Not
otherworldly being
enough.
that's been to him.
It's not
So-
enough that you steal my clothes, now you have to steal my barber too.
I also
Felix?
stole your cool hangout spot at the Georgian Dragon.
Ah,
Your things are my things.
Oh my gosh.
obviously.
And
Obviously.
my cool hangout spot at Jenny Johnston's. So
And your clothes. Your things
and
are
my
my
clothes.
things.
You just
You just take stuff.
yep.
He's like a
Mhm.
roommate that you're like, oh my God, he's like couch surfing, but
Yeah.
also like kind of
Do you actually
He's the
own
reason
anything?
you write your
No.
name on things in the fridge and it
Yeah.
doesn't help.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely
That
not.
is 100% intentional.
And pranking everybody while he's doing it too. It's great. Yeah, okay. So what does everybody else want to do while Felix is getting gussied up?
I want to find out what the journalist's watering hole on Fleet Street is. I want to find out what pub the reporters hang out at and see if I can get them chatting about recent events.
That's the ye old Cheshire cheese.
Ah, Cheshire cheese, perfect.
Cheshire cheese, sorry. Yes. So that's where. Okay, Ellie's going.
I think I wanted to go and look for angel sightings last time, but I didn't for some reason.
You
Right?
met somebody along the way.
You were accosted
Yeah,
by Mrs. by a vision of
yes.
Mrs. Pemberton Potts. You
Oh,
weren't sure whether
great,
it was real
yes.
or not.
That was it. Yeah.
Well, since I got distracted, I will undistract myself and go and look for angels. And if I can catch up with Serapio at one point, I will take him with me.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, I
he
mean-
might know more about angels than me, because he listened to Raphael for longer than me.
Yeah. If you want to gloss over it and like just time jump Mordecai, I mean, I'm happy if you want to pick up Serapio as he's
Mhm.
like, finishing up his duties with Beaumont, and then like, just kind of like take him to
Yeah.
St. Paul's or whatever, St. Paul's
Yeah.
Cathedral.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Explain to him what I'm doing there.
Mhm.
And since he's a former member of the Order of Saint Sylvester, he might have some intuition into the whole religious thing,
Yeah.
which we're always able to skip because Raphael thought my entities were angels and he thought it was holy. So
Sure. I mean, like, he'd probably give you like a rundown of like, okay, this is the hierarchy that I learned about, da da da. Okay, so Felix, you head over to Suleiman. It is how we described it last time, which is like, things that you see here, no mirrors, and comfort for the otherworldly beings that come in here and just want to feel, relaxed and not bothered. So, now, have you been here before? Let me ask you that first.
No,
Okay. Oh,
I've never been here before.
okay. Yeah, I mean, like, and he recognizes you when you come in. Again, impressively mustachioed, meaty but proficient hands. He's been here for a while. Like, I mean, like long time established.
He's an institution, yeah.
Yeah, very much so. And then dedicated clientele, mostly mortal, but many supernatural beings also visit him for a trim, shave, massage, or gossip. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but
Is it just him? Does he have like other people? Is it like a barbershop where people kind of hang out and chat and he's there doing his business while also talking with other clientele?
I'm looking at, okay, primarily Jinn here, or any gentlemen who avoid daylight, mirrors, or intrusive questions about body hair tend to find their way to him, protective of his clients and they of him. So it sounds
Okay.
like it's a one-man concern. So,
Okay.
but maybe he's
Yeah.
finishing up with somebody, like, as you enter his shop,
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
and they're effusive about their thanks and all this kind of stuff, but then, like, his eyes alight on you, and his mustache kind of like moves in a very like animated manner as he's like, and then he'll come over and like, give you a very welcoming bow. Oh, I have not beheld such beauty before, but you are very, very welcome in my establishment, sir. May I avail you of any of my services?
You may.
I am Suleiman Berker.
I am Felix Ocasio, and I shall be the canvas to your great art. Do as you will, but know that you shall suffer the consequences should I be displeased.
Understood. And he will go no further than that. He'll show you to the chair. He'll warm you up with the make you comfortable with the cape and all this kind of stuff, and put the soothing cream on your face, and he won't engage you in conversation unless you want to. So
Felix will talk with him, surface level banter to start, but eventually start digging deeper into who he is. The hope is to information move with presence to get information on how did this guy befriend Jin? Because either he's supernatural or he just has a charisma and that lets him jive with Jin.
Oh, well, he's got a very kindly face. That's one. And he's a very deft touch. I mean, you barely feel like you're being ministered to, right? I mean, even when he shaves you gently and is very very appreciative and tender with your face and everything, and then when he applies the warm towel afterwards, I mean, it's very deft, right? So he knows his shit. And when you ask him, he'll tell you he's been here for over 20 years, in this location.
Okay.
And maybe he'll hint at some of his clientele, which are, some of the mortals and all this kind of stuff. But maybe he'll hint at some people, and he'll say it just that way. Some people that come around because they appreciate the not so mundane atmosphere.
But one doesn't simply adopt a clientele of such people. Is it a concerted effort, or is it something more personal? A vested interest?
They, at times, appreciate someone who can understand some of their concerns or lend a listening ear. It all works. I mean, and I know my business. I know about body hair. Regardless of where it comes from.
Truly, you are the epitome of a craftsman when it comes to your chosen art.
I pride myself, sir. Yes. If you want to make the information move, you totally can. Yeah.
Okay.
Presence or whatever you want to parlay it against. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
do either of my conditions hamper this?
Honest.
Because of all the people to be completely honest about my origins and nature too, this is probably the least threatening guy to do it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it could be actually helpful. I mean, I'll let you take advantage for this because you're being so open with
All
him.
right.
He's like, oh, gossip.
That is an 11 then.
Okay. Alrighty.
Oh, hold on. That is a 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you specifically like asking about his clientele, and how he associates with them, or how he
associates with them, how he made friends, because it doesn't seem like he is the dangerous host of the Angel of Truth. So right now, figuring out what the common thread is, aside from it's just him, and seeing what else is going on.
Sure. Since you're being so honest with him, he's being incredibly honest with you. He'll tell you things in stories and whatever, because he likes talking like that. And what he tells you about is, well, sir, there was a point where I had met up with several people in my line of work, and you never know what their antecedents are. And why should I question that? I take anyone that would appreciate my service, my business, and the level of care that I would give each person, as you have experienced just now. And there was this one person that had come in. They were down on their luck, and they didn't seem as if they could afford me, and that's understandable. However, there was something about them that... It's not that they told me a sad story and I fell for it. It was more of a... I'd seen them before. They had done such small, kind things for the people here on Fleet Street. They did not treat the people that served others any different than they would any of their superiors. He says that with air quotes kind of thing. They were always kind. And I sought to pay that forward. I offered them any of my services for the day because I felt that they were not recompensed for their kindness. And I wanted to show them that someone could be kind to them in turn, without asking for payment. And so, he's telling you a story of a selfless act of kindness. And
Gosh, I kind of want to answer the question and just have it be, how did Suleiman befriend the jinn? He's just a really nice guy. Like, he's... like, there's no deep conspiracy, there's no pact, it's just... He's just good.
He's just fun. He's just a great guy.
I mean, we can in the dusk face, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, you totally can if you want. I mean, it's fine.
Cool.
But he'll tell you about this fellow or about this person, and he reveals later as he's telling you the story that it's like he did not know until years later that this person was actually a dragon in disguise.
Yeah.
And he was very appreciative. I did not realize I was in the presence of such grandeur, but they did not indicate anything, and it was not for me to question. It was for me to serve, just as they had served so kindly. And I wanted to pay it back. And they showed their appreciation by helping me get new fixtures and new... They referred me. And some have continued to be my clientele ever since. And it's been wonderful to hear their stories, to see them act well and with kindness as such.
And I think the service wraps up. Felix is clean and new and fresh. And in this honest air, Felix just looks at him beneficently. You are perhaps the kindest and most honest man I have met in this city.
Appreciate it, sir. Are you pleased with your service? That is the important thing.
Felix will run his hand over his hair, across his face. Yes. I would bless you if you would have it, but I understand if you must remain neutral, unbound.
Again, I serve.
I serve my purpose, and I pay it forward. I don't need much, just enough, and that is fine.
And we see that flicker of a genuine smile that we saw. The last time we saw it was with Lynn Bohai, way back, where Felix sees someone who is content with their lot and willing to make it work.
Mm-hmm. I think he's very content. I mean, like, you can see it in his smile. He's just like, yeah, absolutely. I'm happy with where I am right now. I mean, like, it's been working, so why mess with it,
And Felix smiles, says nothing more, and leaves.
Yep. Awesome. He has cards, like, and they're not special, but there is a slight glimmer to them, maybe, just because maybe, like, one of his patrons has been very nice and, like, kind of given a special little tweak to his calling cards. But yeah,
can
just
I take
in
one?
general, yeah, he
All
gives
right.
you one. Yeah, so you can add that to your personal quarters. I can speak. It's all good.
Okay.
All right. Ellie, real quick. Cheshire, ye old Cheshire cheese. Sorry.
Yes.
You jump over there, and it's an old-fashioned pub, rebuilt after the Great Fire of London 2 centuries previous, right? A popular haunt with writers, journalists, and publishers. Several of the victims of the Fleet Street Flenser were drinking here before their deaths. Paint the scene, everyone, and you can put this in the records tab. What scrap of scurrilous rumor do you overhear, and from whom?
Ooh.
Writers, journalists, and publishers. Scrap of scurrilous rumor. Of course they'd be talking.
What was the question again?
Hold on, let me post it. Again, a place of writers, journalists, and publishers. What scrap of scurrilous rumor do you overhear, and from whom?
I have one.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the journalists is explaining that he has been investigating this Inspector Pettigrew, and he thinks this guy is having an affair with a noblewoman because he's really erratic.
Oh my God, that's damning. Okay, Pettigrew is having an affair with a noblewoman. Thank you. That's terrible. Oh, I wonder if it's one of the ones from the Coven. Oh boy. If you're saying anything, Sabine, you're on mute.
No, I'm just making these. Who knows? The journalist is just he'll find out. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's funny. Okay, go ahead.
One of the servers drops a bit of information to one of the reporters, saying that he saw a highly placed gentleman who runs a well-known charity for the gentleman is highly regarded in society, but not himself a terribly wealthy man. He runs a charity for abused animals, particularly horses. But for someone who's so concerned with the welfare of horses, his interest seems to be not confined to downtrodden working beasts. To judge by the amount of time he's seen at the betting windows at the track.
What was the name of the lady that Mordecai trapped in her own house?
Abigail Walker, I think?
Let's say that one of the rumors that we hear is that she has ruined herself socially and has been hiding out, waiting for it to die down. And the fact that she has been hiding out away from the public eye only lends credence to these rumors. If she would just take an interview, if only, but she's refusing, which means that the rumors must be true.
Oh my gosh. Poor Abigail.
All right. What do you do here, Ellie? Like as you're like, getting a pint or whatever, and then like, listening to all these guys like, just jab or gab at each other.
I think for a few minutes I'm just sort of soaking in the atmosphere,
Mhm.
listening for any references to their late colleagues. I know the names I think from the newspaper probably. Um, or if not, I'll be listening for, for the names as well.
Mhm.
But if need be, if nobody's talking about that, I think I will nudge matters along by I in a lot of traditional pubs, regulars have their beer mug behind the counter.
Mhm.
Uh, and I think there have been sort of makeshift memorials or tributes in that the deceased journalist's mugs have black ribbons tied to the handles.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play ignorant American and say, "Oh, so what's the decoration on those mugs? What does that mean?"
Um,
Sort
there's
of
a
to whoever happens to be handy to talk to.
there's a woman that kind of sidles up to you when you say that rather bluntly. She's got a predatory smirk on her face, and her eyes are like darting around very inquisitively, and her whisper carries,
Ah, you're not from around here, are you?
No.
Well, just so you know, dearie, those are in honor of those of us that have gotten offed
Oh,
recently.
oh goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't be.
That's
Getting murdered is certainly one way of making the headlines. But I'm
I,
good enough to
I
make it there
guess.
on my own.
Oh, so you're a journalist yourself.
I am. Freelance gossip.
Ah,
I write for the society pages. I'm Angelica Hart. You are?
pleased to make your acquaintance. Ellie Fletcher.
Ah,
Probably shouldn't give my real name, but I do.
nice to meet you, Miss Fletcher. You writer for any of the publications. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and no bitch has any sharper fangs than me.
Well, don't worry, I'm not gonna be trying to come into your yard. Uh no, I spent my time among newspaper folks back in the States. My father was a publisher. So this I was just looking for some familiar atmosphere, I suppose you might say, being so far from home. I find that journalists are journalists no matter where you find them.
Hmm. Interesting take. Your father was a publisher, you say?
Mm.
American. Huh.
and then she's kind of like she kind of looks like she's calculating how much she could possibly curry favor with you, while also you giving you the up and down look, like, is she
And
for real?
I am back to being dressed in my usual
Yeah,
inappropriate for London society shabbiness, but the boots are expensive, certainly.
yeah, yeah. So she's kind of like,
Just trying to figure
hmm.
out what to make of me, probably, but
Exactly. So if you'd like to make an information move while talking with her, that's totally
indeed,
cool.
I would very much like to do that. Uh,
Or with reason, because it's like, you're kind of ferreting out like information that way. I mean, like, whatever you think will
I
get
feel
you the
like
best results.
this is presence because I'm being, you know,
Sure.
friendly.
Yep. Let's see. Do
And will my grieving condition apply?
I mean, no. I mean, unless you're like, talking incessantly about it, I mean, like, I think you're okay. So I'm not going
Okay.
to hold it against you.
All right. So it's a straight roll and right.
Ah, ah, um, Okay, we're gonna
You know
totally
what?
deal.
I'm gonna take the loss. I'm gonna let this go bad.
Okay, I'm gonna deal with that after, like next time. Okay. Whoa, God
I
damn
mean,
it.
it was
Okay.
an information move, not a day move, so it can't go too bad.
No, it can't go too badly, but yes, it's gonna go badly. Okay, Mordecai, real quick. You're by St. Paul's Cathedral, I
Yeah.
guess? Okay.
Yes, I guess. I am looking for, I guess, angels.
Are you going in or are you around
I
it?
am not a vampire. I can perfectly well go
Look,
inside.
I just
Yes,
want to know if we're doing a
yes.
paint the scene.
We can do a paint the scene because it's day, right? So of
Yeah.
course I'm going inside.
Okay. All right. So, St. Paul's Cathedral is one of the tallest and most distinctive structures in the London skyline. The dome, St. Paul's, stands above the square mile of the City of London and overlooks Fleet Street. As well as being a sanctified space, it features the Whispering Gallery. The acoustics of the dome mean a whisper on one side can be heard on the other. And I've seen this happen in frickin' park awnings, and it's freaky as hell. So, paint the scene. I love this mystery. Damn it. What secrets do you hear whispered across the dome?
It can be an old mystery, but an old secret.
Sure.
I think the secret is I think I need a name. I need a name. I'm sorry. I need a name. Oh, Father Mike. The secret is Father Michael of the Order of Saint Sylvester. Is working for the Pope. They're all papists. They're all papists.
I think there is a whisper of an unrequited love to a person who isn't there.
A young woman, perhaps not realizing that she can be heard so clearly by people on the other side of the room, is muttering to herself about discovering that she's pregnant and not knowing what to do.
Okay. Mordecai, you're here. You're listening to all the weird whispers in the dome, which could be mixed up with some of your entities, whispering some weird shit too. I mean, hey, what the hell? What do you do here? I mean, do you try to search out stuff? Do you try to talk to people? What are you doing? How are you phone moving?
I think, I've got Serapio, which he is a very clean-cut young man.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And looks very, very fair. And I think I will maybe use him as a kind of someone who will distract from my weirdness. And approach a priest. And I will tell Serapio to maybe gently poke me when I am getting too strange for the priest.
Okay. I mean, are you going to talk to the priest or you want him to talk to the priest?
No, I want to talk to the priest. I just want to be someone there to lend me some more social acceptability and someone who will, because I find myself drifting away from what goes for a reason in this place.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I need someone to keep me
grounded.
Keep me grounded basically, and from stopping myself to talk about the sacred architecture and what the ley lines mean and how they get just transformed.
Sure.
And that probably might not be too.
They don't see what you see at all, Mordecai, just so you know. Okay.
No.
And Serapio will tell you that you just have to remember these are normal people. They do not see the way I see, you see. We see the things that are unseen to normals.
I have never been able to see as a normal person. So
Perhaps not discuss anything about the energy lines. Or those that
yes.
drift above us. It's not something they will know about.
You are completely correct, Serapio. I should not talk to the priest. I should investigate those lines. If there is a genuine angel here, there will be residues.
If you would like.
Maybe you go and talk to the priest and I look at the sacred geometry. This is very interesting. This should not be tell him that this should not be a triangle.
Be careful.
It should be a circle. Don't tell him.
I mean, like, if you want to go reason, I'm cool. If you want to go reason, I don't care.
I don't want to go reason. Again, reason is not my friend anymore.
Okay. Well, if you want to do composure, I mean, just tell me what you want to parlay.
I want to look at the sacred. I want to look at the ley lines, at the energy structures, and things like that. He can go and talk to the priest and maybe distract him so he doesn't stop me when I run around in the church muttering to myself about
sensitivity.
Geometry. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So roll with sensitivity. Do you have any conditions that would? No. No. Relentless affection does not affect you in this case. No.
Good.
No.
Okay. Let me roll this. Oh, let me have my bonus. There we go. It's a 7. Good thing I took the cosmic passage, huh?
God. Okay. All right. So real quick, let's see. Complicate your life. Okay. So you're looking at the energies and all this kind of stuff. I think what you're going to see is part of the line starts to lead you down to like the what the hell is it? Like it's the place in the church that has all the candles that people light up, like, to say prayers for people. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, that section. And you notice that among them is something that seems to be burning, but it gives off neither heat nor smoke. You can see it's very different from all the other flames that are here in among the candles. And that is your clue. It is a flame burning that gives off neither heat nor smoke.
So a smokeless flame. Yeah. Like a gin.
I don't know. It's one. It's just one out of all these, random whatever. But
Mordecai will try to talk to it, though. That could be a gin. Just to make it easier to complicate my life.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, if you start something, it's like that's where we're going to, like, cliffhang you off, because it's like I'm going to give you the complication next time. I think something does happen while you're here. Yeah. Complication. Okay. And then I got to go back and, like, it's like set something on Ellie. Okay. So, Ellie, I think, as you're talking to Angelica, she's facing the window, you're facing her. And she kind of makes a face like, ugh. Oh, there's lost Lucy again. Oh, goodness. Hope somebody gives her some food before she tries to stink up the place again.
Lost Lucy?
Oh, yes. She kind of lives in the alleyways of Fleet Street. You'll see her. She's kind of scavenges a lot and begs. She will mumble things and just start talking to herself. Although, if you ask her, she's talking with other people. But I don't think that's the case. So, yes. She skulks about every once in a while, so don't mind her. And she turns back to her drink.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, so she kind of like indicates like this gaunt-looking woman, like young woman, that passes outside the window of the Cheshire. the Cheshire Cheese, who looks like she's heading down the street, like towards like one of the alleys.
Yeah, I think I'm getting the sense that hanging around here is just going to get me kind of pumped by Angelica for more details of my highly fictionalized father that I don't really have. Ellie's great at starting this sort of grifting kind of line of this is who I am, and then has no follow-up.
You told a lie? You told a lie!
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So she'll probably finish her drink, make her excuses, and slide out, because it strikes me that someone who's out on the street all the time might well have seen useful things, even if getting anything accurate or relevant out of her might be tricky.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, so I mean, like, if you find yourself, like, kind of skulking by, and then you pick up on Lost Lucy's trail, like, she does head down the street. She's like, like heading towards an alley, and you see her, again, her gaunt form. It's like, she's kind of dressed in like raggedy clothing, and she's like rummaging around in like some of the refuse bins. She's looking for something, wearing a soiled apron.
No. Don't show them the light. It's enough. It's enough.
You misplaced something there, miss?
And she just like looks at you with vacant eyes.
I just want the dark. I want
Really?
to sleep. Close my eyes and make everything go away.
Yeah, I know that feeling. So, you've seen things you want to make go away? So,
And she looks at you suddenly as if her eyes are like focusing on you.
Did you tell a lie?
well, that's an odd thing to ask someone who you've just met.
And you'll see, almost as if like the dolly zoom happens, where like she's focusing on you, but it seems like the alley behind her, like, like draws backward into darkness as something seems to loom behind her, Ellie. And we're going to drop off there for today. You and Allies do not get along.
Yeah, this
you
is
and
the
Allies
second
do
time I
not
walked
get
into
along.
an alley and found the threat during the day.
Yes.
This is
Make it easy.
Yeah, this is what I get for walking into alleys.
I swear. I swear.
Should have learned back with Limehouse.
Should have learned. Okay, so, yeah, I will put on the stinger, but after Stars and Wishes, if there's time, and if anybody wants to hang around and listen to it, but that's fine. Let's do Stars and Wishes real quick first.
Yeah, Stars All Around was a fun session. I love having those talky sessions where everybody is like dealing with their shit and trying to convey to others what they're thinking, and having misunderstandings all the way around, or not, and having emotional things. And then, of course, all these other scenes with Felix, like talking to the barber, and Felix talking to Klauser, like, yeah, come on, make my feelings right. And the barber was like, yeah, you have to the barber. But I was like, you have to do some work, buddy. that was fun. I really love that. Yeah. And poor Ellie with Pemberton Potts offering to pay for the burial. I don't trust that. No, not at all. Not even a little.
Ellie is not thinking straight.
No.
While she was maybe the first of the hunters to be suspicious of Mrs. Pemberton Potts.
Yeah.
In this case, she just hears what sounds like a kindly meant offer, and she'll take it.
Yeah.
She's grieving too much to think straight about that.
Yeah, and if any of these Mordecai's fellow hunters were thinking straight, he would tell them that Miss Pemberton Potts had to have some interest in the Nate situation, but can't talk to that about that with Ellie because he doesn't want to hurt her for whatever reason. He can't talk about that with Felix because he's kind of exasperated at Felix. So, and Felix is not cooperating in any kind of conversation right now. So, well,
nope.
And he can't talk about it with Nora because he doesn't want to put her in danger. He has a cat. He will talk to Emma about it.
Yeah. I mean, Emma made her way back to Hargrave House, after watching the whole thing.
So I think that's what he will do. Talk to Emma about it. That's why you have pets, right?
Yes. Yes. They will listen to you if nobody else will. For sure. I know. Oh my gosh. Wishes?
Yes. Night phase. Mordecai has to resolve the situation with Sylvia, I think.
Oh, yes.
We accidentally co-cursed.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do for night phase.
Yes, okay. Sorry. Whoever wants to go next. I mean, I'm holding off.
I mean, I can. This was a good session. I really, really liked that Felix and Mordecai scene. Because what they were both saying and what they were both not saying were both so loud. You know, it was a beautiful character moment for both of them, as well as for the way they interact with each other. And I really enjoyed that. And Felix being, I am untouched by these mortal concerns. Make me better. Make me not care about this stuff. That the difference between the facade and why he's so rigidly keeping that facade was very, very eloquently conveyed. I really enjoyed watching that. Mordecai, I love the detail of Mordecai having lost in reason and gained in sensitivity, is just forgetting how to talk to people, and that he was always a little shaky on talking to normies anyway. And as he drifts farther, it's like, yeah, I see what he means when he tells Nora, I'm losing the human part of me. I am, not going to be able to keep this up. And Mad's great NPCs as always. I'm still trying to figure out Maglasang, because, I mean, he's helping Mrs. Pemberton Potts, but he doesn't seem to be wholly on board with whatever her deal is, to a degree that we don't see with her other wards. And he seems to be genuinely trying to both bring problems to Hargrave House that are stuff we need to know, and genuinely well disposed toward us, or at least,
I mean, he had an arcane beer with Mordecai, and he has a thing for Nora. So
he's on our side. Or
he's on Nora's side.
Yeah, he's on Nora's side.
If Nora goes to Mrs. Pemberton Potts, we're done.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. So yeah, and as for wishes, I wish Ellie survives this confrontation with the Angel of Truth. I got a couple more masks. It's okay. But yeah, I am so delighted by the fact that I had literally just told a lie and then went and talked to the person who was going to, this was going to happen. I mean, that was just,
rolled a 5. What the fuck?
I rolled a 5 and it was serendipity that is how I had approached the previous scene. And that is what bit me like immediately afterwards. And yeah, I am delighted by how neatly that slotted together. And it felt very very natural from a narrative standpoint. A very okay, well, that here's the consequence right here. So that was beautifully handled, Mads, and also just I am pleased at how you and the dice and the way I had chosen to approach the scene all just fit so nicely. So that's what I have to say.
Wishes?
That my wish is I can't wait to see how that plays out. I don't have any other particular. I mean, I think we're doing what we need to do, and the stuff that I'm looking forward to is stuff that I'm sure is going to happen. Of seeing how each of us continues to develop and or regress emotionally and ourselves and our relationships to each other. That I know that's going to go on.
Yeah, echoing that. Happy that we were able to navigate despondency into, I don't know, this manic joy and honesty as Felix comes to terms with who he is now. Yeah, it was a good scene with Mordecai. I appreciate, Mads, that you're using NPCs to push in this constant theme of Felix of like presenting this facade, and then like Kathleen, you highlighted the difference between his front and who he actually is. And my wish is to see this honesty turn on itself in like a bad way. Up until now, Felix has been operating as, it's duplicitous. He wants to help, and he wants to force people to make certain decisions, but he was maintaining that facade of, I can't, I shouldn't, I have my role. And I kind of want this honesty of, I love people. I want people to make the right decisions. I'm going to force people to make the right decisions. And then sort of go down that path, since I still have the entire other half of the masterwork.
Oh, you may regret this.
I think that's like an interesting turn for the character if that's the way it goes.
We'll figure this
or
out.
yeah, like I'm excited to see how that works. And I just like Suleiman. I think he was cool. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. So I
thank
mean,
you.
it's just the way it goes.
Also King in Shadows.
Yeah. Stars for everybody, because I mean, I loved all the vulnerable scenes / talking scenes, and you guys needed this. It's kind of like you need like let's bring it down, folks, because god damn it, last time was just horrible, or just so fraught, and so intense. So you kind of needed a decompression mode, and then like this will allow you to just see how you can get ready for maybe the next big thing of the roller coaster. I don't want to say much more than that, because I mean, again, I like so many great little things of today's episode. I mean, like, so many great things were said, like so many things revealed, that I don't want to spoil it from all the things that you guys have already said. So stars all around, and wishes. We'll see if we can make this work. We're gonna do a night phase, like dusk into night phase and such and so forth, for next time. Hopefully that'll be next week, just to like kind of round it out for the year. And then we'll see. Because at Wreath Hall, Mrs. Pemberton Potts began correspondence with her contacts regarding funeral arrangements and Nate's final rest in America when Madelancholy knocked. "I have Dr. Charles here, madam."
Please send him in, Madelancholy.
Dr. Charles, the nervous scientist from Miswell Hill, entered, looking particularly worn in his shabby suit, but triumphant.
Oh, yes, madam. I have perfected my formula to strengthen its dosage, and there is sufficient data available to show its efficacy.
Mrs. Pemberton Potts considered his words.
And you are certain the effects will not prematurely expire? It is imperative that it works for an extended period, especially for others.
Dr. Charles nodded excitedly.
I am so certain. You are welcome to test it spontaneously.
Mrs. Pemberton Potts stood and gestured toward the doctor to follow her into the nearby oracle room of the cracked crystal.
I will provide you with the opportunity immediately.
In a mysterious forest, near yet far, a purple mist seeped between the slender trees. Silhouettes of several individuals appeared in the glow of the mist's wake. The flap of black wings with a muscular arm holding a bow. A broad-shouldered personage with reddish hair in a ponytail holding a heavy crossbow. An iridescent form that couldn't make up its mind between someone with short curly hair and an amorphous shape. Messy blonde hair flopping over black sclera eyes, a strange pistol at their hip. They all stopped in front of Mrs. Pemberton Potts as they entered the glade, snapdragon flowers at their feet, the mist wafting around them.
I welcome you all,
she began sweetly.
The shadow paths have opened and brought you here. There is a way back to where you belong.
She held up a small bouquet of rhododendrons to her cheek and smiled with teeth.
But you must do me a favor first.
And that is the stinger for today. So, I leave that with you. But otherwise, happy gaming, and hopefully I will see you all next time to kind of round out the cycle and see how far we get, okay? So,
all right.
You guys have a wonderful week. Thank you.
Thanks for running.
Bye.
Thanks.